I could see a wee ball or something right against the rocks. I realised there was actually a little kid stuck in the rip.
South line of the central, could be in here, south corner.
I left the rhino still running, just jumped out, just ditched everything on the sand and grabbed the board and just started running. And all I see is this little kid starting to go under.
The boy is alone in the most dangerous part of the beach.
I grabbed the kid and it was like nothing happened. And that broke my heart, like that kid was so close to, death.
The boy has no idea of the danger he was just in.
Once I grabbed him and take him back to shore, I'm not gonna lie, I was that angry.
Where are your parents?
Over there.
And he's not even watching. He had no idea that his son was actually in trouble. He was right against the rocks taking pictures.
9-year-old Jackie and his father James are on a 1-month holiday from China.
Is this your son?
Yeah.
He nearly died.
Huh?
No
意思就是我差点溺水。
It's so dangerous, mate. You don't...
There's nothing I could have done because he's not going to understand. There was that language barrier. And yeah, that rattled me heavily, that rescue.
She was a close one, mate.
It was in that rip right there against the rocks, so it's just charging out. There were people pointing up on the hill, screaming, and the father's just there taking pictures on the rocks up on the ledge there. So yeah, the father would have got the message if he was at his own son's funeral. It's just scary.
Then, just minutes later, Harrison finds the same boy back in a no-swimming area.
Hey, buddy, please just come back to shore. Come back, come here.
Hey, buddy. Mate, you can't swim here. What? There's a sign. There's a dangerous current sign. There's no... Yeah, you got to go up the other end of the beach to the flags. Please don't go in the water here. Just do it for me, just a favour. Oh, my God.
End of the day, when people come to the beach, I want them to go home. That's all I want. And our goal is to make sure no one drowns here. And it does get frustrating. I know it is our job, but it's scary.
Come straight out of this hole. I was down at Backpackers Rip. I'm watching a father and his daughter in the foreground, and then all of a sudden I see this young girl. She's going to go under, and if she goes under and disappears into that deep hole, another 30 seconds or another 40 seconds underwater, it's like you find her or she's gone. You go strip down, get the board, get in the water, hope you don't get slowed up by waves coming in, and then sprint to the patient.
I'll get you.
Okay, stay here with me.
Thank you.
I think I used close to all the 30 seconds to get to her. Yeah, she was definitely at a serious point by the time I made contact with her.
Right?
Yeah, I'll take you in safely, okay?
It's like a 5-year-old kid on Terry's board. We rescue thousands of adults a year, but we might only do a handful of kids, little kids, and every time one of the boys does a rescue of a kid, it's a big deal.
All right. My daughter nearly drowned then.
Yeah.
Especially with young kids like that, because I lost my son. I know that feeling. Sorry, guys. My boy was trapped in the birth canal and had complications which cut the oxygen off for 10 minutes, but the result was a week later that he died. Whenever I do a rescue of a young child, that comes to the surface. If she'd lost that beautiful little girl, she'd know what I'm talking about,
The young girl won't last long.
Yeah, the fear definitely gets bigger when there's little kids because they're so defenseless in the water.
God's right in front of the tower.
When you're in the tower, you're watching that person, just got to keep eyes on her so if she goes under, I can at least tell them where she's gone under. So it's a gut-wrenching feeling, but you have to do it.
She's really, really bad.
He comes down on his days off and paddles a lot, and I just know he's using every bit of that training to get there as fast as he can.
When I got to the girl, yeah, she was pretty shaken up when I first got her on the board.
8-year-old Ava from Queensland is on holiday with her father, Graham, but he's nowhere to be seen.
After a while, it sinks in, like, what's she doing out here by herself?
Beachgoers witnessed just how close Ava came to drowning before Troy rescued her.
Just sit on the seat there. Just next time, look, keep an eye on her, man.
Sorry, no.
Like,
Where were you, eh?
she was right out the back as well. Like, you're very brave, you're very brave.
It's a mistake that many parents make, but this time, it nearly cost Graham the life of his daughter.
Oh, look, I was laying there and my daughter went for a swim. She floated out of the flags and ended up rescued.
The waves kept on hitting me.
The waves kept hitting you?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, eh?
Yeah, my advice for parents coming to Bondi is you've got to look out for the red and yellow flags and to keep an eye on your kids.
Bacon heads out on the one rescue board that hasn't been packed away. But the rip is taking them around the point and close to rocks.
Alright. Hold on. Oh, you alright? Let's quickly jump on. You jump on, you jump behind her.
They realise, like in dead set, 10 minutes, they're dead. Yeah. It's 10 to 7, we're gone, they're dead.
Paddling through the waves with 2 patients on board is impossible.
Lie down, you gotta lie down for me.
Bacon may have the 2 girls on board, but now all 3 are caught metres from the rocks.
You really gotta cooperate with me. It's heavy.
That's not a good spot.
It's alright, you're alright, you're alright. You're alright. You're fine, you're fine.
The only option is to try and carry the youngest girl out of danger. Kobe wants to help, but getting there is a problem.
You're fine, you're fine.
Bacon is desperate to avoid another set of waves. Meanwhile, Kobe joins the rescue with Bacon's runaway board.
Hey, come this way.
He's carrying one girl, so she's obviously hurt her leg. And then the board's washed in, so Kobe has grabbed the other girl.
The older girl is safely ashore. Finally, Kobe can help Bacon with the younger victim.
Oh my God, I almost broke my leg then. No, you're right. That was heavy.
Remarkably, the youngest girl is unscathed.
That was gnarly.
Not so her friend.
10 minutes later, we're all gone.
I was thinking, I think we need help, and then when we were being bobbed up and down, we saw the lifeguards come and get us, so we were like right on time. Yeah.
Like out of the romance movie. He's like,
Suddenly, there's a radio call to the Bondi Tower. A 2-year-old girl has drowned at Bronte.
They're doing CPR, 2-year-old. Get down there. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Did you get that?
I've noticed all the other boys running around like crazy, and so something bad had happened.
And I heard the mum screaming, Noah.
It wasn't until I grabbed my board and I just seen just a tiny little body just behind the breakers. It turned out to be a little girl. Just as I saw her, she was trying, still going for it, up and down, head bobbing under the water. But not long after that, she just sort of flattened out and was underwater. And she was just like 5 or 6 metres from me underwater. It was heavy. By the time I got to her, she was blue, not breathing.
The distraught mother is on the shore. Mouse performs CPR on the girl's tiny body.
Yeah, I gave her two breaths. She just went from being blue and doing nothing to a little cough and a little like eye flicker, and then she started crying, and then Sammy started crying, and then we just had like a little hug, and then we had to get her in.
Meanwhile, the girl's father is also rescued. The tiny girl's name is Noah Kim. Her family are on holidays from Korea. Father Jun was underwater when he was rescued.
That's insane. I'm paddling out, I can see her body in the water, just her body, and I got hit by a wave, lost my board, and she's like 5 metres from me.
Mate, and
then H-Man just threw me his board, and I was just yelling at these surfers.
And then once she came good and she vomited and that, we knew she was okay. I've turned around, the other surfers, the local Bondi guys, just had this other guy just holding him up. He was just like out as well, and I was just thinking, what's going on here, you know?
Noah will spend 2 days in intensive care at Sydney Children's Hospital.
This is how quick this stuff happens, you know what I mean? You can't tell people enough that, you know, you lose your feet, you're gone within seconds, you know. It's home with me because I've got a 2-year-old, so, you know, it's just that thought of not being able to get her back.
Suddenly, a child screams for help. Kyle races in, then Tom. Two girls are drowning. Kyle grabs both. But then there's a third girl in trouble. Tom rescues her as Quiggers helps Kyle with the first two. 3 girls have nearly drowned and not a parent to be seen.
See that? Unbelievable.
You can probably see there's a rescue going on right now. It's not very safe to swim. If you want to swim, walk up to the red and yellow flag.
Mate, we're just kind of kicking back thinking it's okay, but bang, you know, this went so quickly.
At least now they're screaming with delight. Dino decides it's time for a serious lecture.
Parents are going to get a rev up.
Come here. Where's your mum? Come here. Well done, boys. Whereabouts? Girls, where are you from? Korea.
나 누가 멀리 가래? 너네한테 발도 안 닿는 곳에 갔잖아.
That was scary. Mate, I don't know where they came from, but they shouldn't have been out there.
거기 엄청 깊은데요? 나 저런 데 진짜 무서워해. 물을 진짜 몇 미리를 더 마셨다.
She was scared.
She was screaming.
She was really scared.
야, 니 이렇게 소리를 빡빡 질러대니까 그런 거 아니야? 나 진짜 이거 무섭다고. 나 진짜 이런 거 처음이라고. 왜 제가
They're now 3 lost kids. Because I can't find them.
경찰을 다시 뭐야? 근데 분명히 아니 여기 아니잖아. 야, 다 이 외국 사람들이 꼬라보잖아. 아무것도 안 보여.
We're taking him right up the end of the beach.
Keep going, mate. You'll find him soon.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Do you know your 3 girls almost just died then?
Yeah.
And they had to be rescued by lifeguards?
Yeah.
How come you're not watching them?
Watching room? 우리가 바닷물이 여기까지 오는 거야. 근데 갑자기 바닷물이 높아지는 거야. 그래서 우리가 수영하는데 얘가 계속 까깍 거리는 거야. 얘네들이 지금요 죽을 뻔했어요. 어떤 사람 제가 빨리 얕은 데로 가자고 했는데 결국에는 파도가 엄청 계속 오더니요. 그런 게 없었는데 그 물 계속 마시고 있는데 어떤 사람들이요 대초를 뭐 어떤 보트 있잖아요. 카누 같은 그런 보트요. 그게서 태워갖고요. 우리 구해서 이렇게 온 거예요. 아 예.
When your girls are in the water, you must watch them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they must swim
Yeah.
where the red and yellow flags are.
Yeah.
They could have died. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We've had people die here. Imagine only having 2 daughters.
Yeah. 2 daughters?
Well, you one
Yeah.
very sad,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, I understand.
Well done, Dino. Message received loud and clear. Kind of.
아니 파도가 이상해요. 저건 병신. 아니 그래서 얘네들 내 말 안 들었어요. 야 여기 있어.
just taking some kids out on a Bondi Rescue experience. We offer it to charities where they can auction it off to help raise money for particular charities. We left the bay of Bondi and we started heading over towards Bronte. The further you go away from land and you've got 3 kids with you, you're always worried about what lurks beneath. Oh, no way! Shark! As we were driving along the back of Bronte, I saw a fin pop up about 3 metres from me. Is it a shark? Yes. I was like, maybe it's a dolphin, and then I saw its tail fin, and I was like, that's definitely a shark. Hey, jet ski to Central and Bronte Lifeguards. I've got about a 6 to 8 foot shark out the back here.
Description? Hammerhead?
Dark? Quite dark. I don't think it was a hammerhead. I only just sort of saw the fin and its back fin as well.
There was a seal out Bronte this morning. Wasn't a seal, was it? Salty?
Nah, that's definitely a shark. That's definitely 100%. Just so you know, buddy, I just saw a shark out there. Oh, he's probably another 500 metres out. Don't raise the alarm. I told the boys. I'll just let you know. It was only about 8 foot, but it was... Should we go see if we can see the shark again? No!
It was dark and black, and it was really, it came pretty close to us.
We only really saw the fin, but it came pretty close, so it was a bit scary.
That was my first time seeing a shark.
I guess throughout the day we'll probably be keeping our eyes peeled, but there was also a seal, so, you know, just every time we see a black thing moving in the water, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a shark. But about 3 or 4 hours later that afternoon, Danny McKell was dealing with a father in the tower. He just sighted a shark and his son was still in the water.
Just watching my son. Just watching my son. Actually saw it turn and go that way. I saw it in my boy out. Yeah. He's only 11, so it's like...
Yeah. We saw a shark. I saw one at the tip of a wave as it was about to break.
I just had 3 come up saying they definitely saw a shark.
Yeah, we're sounding the alarm now.
Just attention, all the people in the water. There's been a confirmed shark sighting. The shark alarm is off. We advise you to get out of the water, please.
It was browny grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just on its own, so...
Okay. At the time, I wasn't convinced that it was a shark. We have had a seal hanging around.
Oh, okay.
It may not have been a seal, but it may have been a shark. We don't know, so we've got to kind of do this. It sounds pretty...
It did look a bit like a seal, I guess.
Yeah. The most common question we get asked is there any sharks out there? That's the #1 thing we get asked. But if you think about it logically, chances of getting killed by a shark are less than being killed by ants, I've heard recently.
There's still a couple of surfers in the water, but you always expect that. Yeah, not everyone's always going to get out.
There's a lot of birds out there. Maybe we need to get Bobby Orwin down here, the shark expert. Maybe he can put this thing to rest.
Yeah, jet ski, mate. I'm just going to head out in the boot where all those birds are and see if I can see anything. There's fish everywhere out here, Danny. Wouldn't surprise me.
A lot of people do see seals, and I know 100% what I saw out of Bronte, and it was definitely a shark.
Seals look a lot like sharks under the water, and we do have seals around here.
Chapo wants to say seal, that's fine by me. I like to wait till I see things with my own eyes before I make my own decision.
No, I believed you earlier.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that you don't.
General consensus amongst the lifeguards at the moment is that it was a seal. The outcome was that the dad was reunited with his kid and nothing terrible happened.
Pretty scary. I was just watching a National Geographic episode of Sydney Harbour on the bull shark, so...
Just went under, man. It was just brown.
It was a Roy Schneider out of Jaws scene. I just basically ran down, shark!
Just a little tap of the shark alarm, and then that's a signal for everybody to go back in the water.
It is the ocean. There are seals and sharks out there, so I don't know. You be the judge.
Maxie and trainee Anthony Glick are following a school of salmon 250 metres offshore.
There's been a few shark sightings in the area recently, so they're just launched a jet ski as a precautionary measure, just to have a quick patrol, see if they can see anything fishy, and report back soon.
It actually looks very sharky out there right now. Overcast day, murky water.
fish, mate.
I remember saying, mate, let's wrap it up. We've been out for about an hour. As I look out to sea, I saw a couple of birds lift, and I just saw this fin just cruising through the water.
Oh my God! Oh, Maxie, no. Maxie, no.
Yeah, he's a little scared. You know, Click was telling me to slow down, stop doing quick movements.
100% shark.
Maxie must confirm if the fin is a shark or just a dolphin.
That's 100%. 100% a shark.
Maxie said he definitely seen it, and look, there's nothing else we can do but hit the button.
Here we go, shark alarm.
There's a shark, go in!
Gonna have to close the beach, confirm shark sighting from the boys out there on the jet ski.
The alarm went off and we had to just get the first wave in. It's pretty scary.
Look at that spear fisherman out there. He's shark bait.
Yeah, Maxie, it's most probably in line with second ramp, about 200 out.
There's a shark, buddy. Yeah, I would get in if I were you, buddy.
You know, as soon as the beach was clear, I went back out to where we last saw it and tried to see it, but there was no success.
Lifeguards want to reopen the beach to swimmers, but can't be sure there isn't still a shark in the bay. They call for assistance.
We only usually call Lifesaver 1 if something really big happens, where, you know, we need the bird's eye view. They were very, very low, and I was like, they're onto something here.
We have sighted a shark. It's probably no bigger than a metre.
I don't know if Maxie's seen a different shark, but yeah, Lifesaver 1 said that they seen a 1 metre shark.
You know, it's definitely the shark that we saw was bigger than 1 metre.
There's not much more we can do for you guys today. We'll be heading back to the Muscle Beach. Thanks for your call.
Copy in Lifesaver 1. Bondi Lifeguards out.
Lifesaver 1 heads back to base. But Bondi's lifeguards patrol for another hour to make sure no sharks, big or small, remain in the bay.
The beach is open, guys.
The woman's had a baby abducted, mate. Abducted? Abducted. She's absolutely beside herself. It's a little baby, probably a toddler.
I notified all the boys on the beach by the radio, but they were about to find out about their own emergency. Everything's just hit the roof. It's just panic stakes everywhere.
They were calling it, and Surfcom was saying that they couldn't get hold of it, and that they wanted to close the beach because they saw a shark.
The clubbies here at Bondi Flags are saying that the southern outpost has seen a shark.
I can't believe we've got a shark.
I mean, they've got the duck and the yellow boat out there, so I'm trying to confirm it.
Oh, this couldn't come at a worse time. Look how many people are on the beach. We're trying to find a baby, and now we've got a shark in the mix. In the back of my mind, I know that I might have to set this shark alarm off, which is going to set this massive crowd into a frenzy, making the search even harder. Oh, hang on, Loz.
To Aaron Graham.
Has she got the baby? See that.
Hang on, I might be able to save you the trip here. She's got the baby. She's got the baby home.
I'm so relieved the baby's been found.
Good Lord.
I'm really intrigued to find out what happened, but at the moment I've got to deal with this shark.
Bondi Central to Hobbo.
Go ahead.
Apparently, though, the yellow boat has seen a shark at Ben Butler heading south about 20 minutes ago. And then the outpost at South Bondi, I reckon they seen it from the beach about 5 minutes ago.
The clubbies down at South Bondi have said they've seen the shark. Obviously, if we set the alarm off every time someone thought they'd seen a shark, it's going to be like the boy that cried wolf.
I just don't understand, how did the people from South Bondi see it and they haven't told you guys? Yeah, I don't get it either. What are they doing now? Looks like they're trying to clear the water, are they? Yeah, so I think in front of you, I think they've told them there's a shark because of them getting out of the water. Maybe we should hit the alarm because these clubbies are telling everyone to come in. Yeah, might as well, just otherwise you're going to have mass panic.
Generally, it's my decision whether we put the alarm on and clear the water. But the first domino had been knocked over, so we couldn't turn it back from there.
Do a surge. Yeah, Taco is going to hit the switch right now. Yeah.
One flick of a button and everyone just goes crazy.
I can see the chopper.
There's only a certain amount of time that you're going to keep this massive crowd out of the water on such a hot day. So it's up to the lifeguards to make a quick call and a safe call. Bondi Central to hot, mate. Just an update. They've got the helicopter on the way to have an aerial search.
Lifesaver one, this Bondi Lifeguards, we copied that. Good night out of Central.
Go ahead.
Just copied a transmission from Lifesaver one saying it was all clear.
Copy, Tez. We'll put the flags back up then, eh?
Yeah, well, they're doing another sweep, and I imagine they're going to fly off right about now. Lifesaver 1, the helicopter above us, has done a thorough search of the bay. They're reporting excellent visibility, good clarity in the water. They're confident that there's nothing out there. They've given us the all clear to reopen the beach.
Lifeguards have spotted something caught in the nets.
You're jumping off first. No, I won't. That won't be happening.
The suspected shark needs to be removed, dead or alive. Quiggers and Bacon draw the short straw.
What is it?
It's a grey nurse shark, tragically a protected species. Generally considered harmless, their teeth are still razor sharp. Gases in the shark's decomposing body make it float to the surface. As Bacon clowns around, the shark launches a surprise attack.
Bacon's just, I think, just silly. I don't think he realises he was trying to kiss it. Not smart. That karma stuff can come back and bite you.
I was face to face with the shark and he breathed on me and never felt more crook. It was disgusting. It was the most disgusting hideous smell you ever smelled in your life.
2 days later, anxious swimmers report an unwelcome visitor.
There's a shark in the rip, north of the middle set of flags.
You can't leave the thing there. People are going to freak when they see it. Like, you can't leave it there.
Keen to impress, trainee Maxi volunteers for the job.
Everyone's happy with that scenario. So he's going to go in and get the shark and we're all going to stand and watch.
You jump down, I'll sit up and wait for you. This is a good utensil, grab it. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But I'm excited, that's all. I'm excited, something different.
Maxi eventually discovers the lurking troublemaker.
It's got to come out of the water. It's dead. It's, you know, we don't want to attract more sharks and we don't want to scare people. So we'll get it out of the water as the first step.
Not experienced in the art of shark rescues, Maxi and Troy attempt a technique normally reserved for unconscious swimmers.
With an unconscious person, you roll the board over and flip their arm and use the board to pull their momentum to pull them back onto the board. But I don't think that'll work with a dead shark. They seem to be trying though. They got it up. He had a big rope as he was getting ready to go in the water and he was doing some fancy knots with it. I said, mate, just go in and pull everything out.
Troy and Maxi resort to a two-man drag technique.
Mate, not every day at Bondi we pull a shark out of the water.
Now, swimmers are suddenly very brave.
Yes, there, kind of watched Jaws, so that didn't help that.
The only thing under attack right now are beachgoers' nostrils.
Yeah, Dean, take it up the beach, get the boys on the shovels, and that's it, mate. I reckon, give it a burial.
Grave digging isn't in the lifeguard manual.
Trying to put that shark in a plastic bag and take it up to a bin would be a horrible, horrible thing to do. Say a couple of words, Maxie.
I don't know, I'm not really good with words, mate, but...
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, mate. He's had a good life, by the sounds of it. Let's just call him Frank. See you, Frank, mate. Nice knowing you.
Lifeguards receive an urgent message in the tower.
The call came from the police, so we need to act quickly. What's the story now? Could be a body floating around off the golf course.
A fisherman has spotted a body in the water off Bondi's treacherous cliffs. Lifeguards scramble.
Corey's going to drive. You go with Corey. You good?
Unsure whether the person is dead or still alive, every second counts. Corey and young Troy head into the unknown. The defibrillator and oxyviver are prepared for a possible resuscitation. Within minutes, Troy and Corey make a grim discovery.
Central, just let you guys know we've retrieved the male body.
Yeah, okay, copy, Corey.
Troy pushes a young man's body up onto the mat. It could be a rock fisherman, a drowned swimmer, a suicide. Troy and Corey can do little but look after the body until police arrive.
This is the first time you've been with a patient like this?
Like this, yeah.
Yeah. How you going? You right?
Boys are taking him out to sea to wait for the police boat, just so no one can see what's going on.
As rescue services stand by, lifeguards wait for a police launch to collect the body.
Where's this boat?
Troy has now been looking after the dead man for 20 minutes.
Yeah, mate, do you have any today of when this boat comes? We can't even see it coming out of their heads yet.
Okay, Hoppo's just spoke to the police again. Up to 30 minutes, Corey.
30 minutes. All right, mate. Copy that. We shouldn't bring this into the beach, should we?
They said no.
Yeah, that's a negative. Police
They're gonna call
have
back.
asked for you not to bring them into Bondi.
As the rescue helicopter observes above, there is a disturbing development.
Just to let you know, guys, we've got a shark off the jet ski, a hammerhead about 30 metres towards the rocks, away from you.
Copy, mate. Central 2, jet ski, Corey. You have a hammerhead shark not too far away from you guys.
Large enough to cause concern.
It's large enough to cause concern, mate, so just keep your eyes open for us.
Wait, it's a hammerhead.
We're not sitting out here with a dead body hanging off the back of the boat getting circled by a shark.
Troy moves to relative safety on the jet ski.
You have to think that the shark's just swimming around there because of possibly blood in the water from the body. So, yeah, it's all happening. Can't believe it.
Despite the danger, Corey and Troy continue minding the deceased man.
One Waiting for the police boat. We've got the helicopter circling. Just keeping an eye on us. There was a pretty decent-sized hammerhead shark out here before, so hopefully he keeps watching to see if it comes back again. But, mate, Joy's doing a good job with the patient on the back, unfortunately.
No, it's going to be another 10 minutes, but it's confirmed there'll be 10 minutes.
After holding the man's body for 20 minutes, Corey relieves Troy.
We'll do a full debrief with everyone that's involved later on, and that brings out anyone that's a bit uncomfortable with it.
News of the tragedy will soon spread to the man's family and friends.
One-on-one's hard with the parents, mate.
Yeah.
I'll come with you for sure if they want to have a chat.
Thanks, Eves.
Chris, I remember like when we got that guy at the start of the year off Bronny,
yeah.
The guy kept ringing Harry's, the dad, and it was playing on his head heavily, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit easier when we can all just sort of sit down and have a chat about it. So.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Proud of yourself, mate. You did a real good job, mate. It's not an easy thing to do. Get someone out of the water like that up onto a mat, especially when it's your first time, mate. So, you know, try and find the positives out of it. You know, I know there aren't many.
After almost an hour, water police finally arrive.
I'm just pretty feeling just a bit upset that we didn't have a chance to help the poor guy. You know, we don't know the story behind it, but if he did fall off and accidentally, and you know, and he was conscious there for a while, I'm sure we would have had a good chance of getting him back, but I think it was just a bit too far gone. That's all we can do.
A little bit rattled, especially for Troy. That was his first sort of time that he's dealt with a deceased patient, so a bit more concerned about Troy than myself, really.
You know, we've chosen this as a job. Everyone's aware of what can happen. You know what I mean? There's 100 different scenarios that can happen at Bondi Beach, from drownings to shark sightings to people falling off cliffs. You know, we deal with something different just about every day. So we're aware of what goes on, but that doesn't make it any easier when it actually happens.
It's not a fun thing, but it's something you just got to do.
Oh, you were on the jet ski, were you?
Yeah, myself and Troy. Yeah. I don't know, had no shoes, didn't seem like he had any ID. Troy, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just your date of birth?
21st to the 12th, 1987.
Yep.
Pretty traumatic for especially a young bloke. I can still remember the face of the first one. It's something that sort of sticks by. I don't know why it is with the first one. I suppose because you've never seen something like that before.
Yeah, after it I was still in a bit of shock for probably a couple of hours. Didn't actually really know what to feel. Like, I had so many things going through my head. Just, it's very, very horrific to go to a situation like that. It's something I'll definitely remember for a long time.